Well, welcome to Movie Jungle. This podcast is brought to you by breakfast because I'm hungry and that sounds delicious.
That's as good a reason as any.
Meanwhile, back in the jungle.
All right, everybody, welcome to episode 5 of Movie Jungle. I'm your host, Brian. With me today is my partner in crime, my significant other, Betty.
Sup?
Betty, welcome to the show. Is it weird to be sitting in the room instead of in the living room for it?
Yeah, I mean, usually when I have my own headphones in, trying to ignore whatever's happening in this room. Yeah, it's very odd. Not sure how I feel about it.
We'll see how it goes.
Gives me a bit of appreciation, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be in here as long as some of your other guests. Be like, I have stuff to do.
Well, we're in quarantine, and my buddy Mike couldn't make it. I can't wait for y'all to meet him. He's wonderful, but you're going to have to wait another week.
At least.
At least. But yeah, Betty was willing to fill in, so here we are, one day late, better late than never, getting an episode of Movie Jungle out there. What do you think is the best part of the quarantine's been so far for you?
I would say connecting with the friends I don't connect with as often.
Yeah.
Because we're like actively pursuing like video chats and stuff like that. Because normally like we just text and we have like those group threads, but like we are actually calling one another like multiple times a week, which we hadn't done since college.
Yeah.
So it's been kind of nice to like see people, even though we can't actually interact. I can see people more often.
Yeah, it gives you some of that human connection.
Yeah.
You've been having like weekly, like, are they Skype hangouts?
Well,
what are they?
We've done a multitude of platforms so far. We tried Google Hangouts, and then we tried some other one, and then we're gonna do Teams. But then everybody else likes Zoom. So who knows, we might end up on Skype instead because all of us use like 15 of these between something else. Oh, WhatsApp. That was the other one we tried.
I heard someone mention Zoom one time. I've never heard of that before.
Some businesses have it. It's like it's either, I don't have it either, but
I
think
like Teams
I think it's like Teams.
Slack or something.
Yeah. Again, there's Slack. There's another one.
Does Slack do video chat? Probably.
I have no idea.
Seems to do everything.
My kickball team's the only reason I have a Slack to begin with.
That's so weird. We've been using Microsoft Teams at work for those kind of things. And then me and my buddies, the aforementioned Mike included, he's our dungeon master for my Dungeons and Dragons group. And we did for the first time ever, we did over the internet version of Dungeons and Dragons on Saturday night. And it was so much fun. It worked out so good. We used Google Hangouts for it. And so we could see each other and hear each other. Wait, no, we turned the cameras off so would be less.
The audio quality tends to be better if you're not doing the video thing.
That's what we assume. Sometimes I'm like, is this how it works? Maybe
Well,
I'll look it up someday, but
I think it's Google Hangouts. Like it keeps switching. It'll change the viewer to like
whoever's talking,
whatever noise is being attributed in the back.
So that's got to use up bandwidth, right? So
Yeah.
you'd think the quality is better without the video. So
I don't know.
We went sans video for it, but it was so much fun. We got to play Dungeons and Dragons using Roll20. It's a website that allows us to like share the same board so we can see our pieces and what's going on. And once we got into the rhythm of things, it was pretty great. Like it's nothing like being in person. Being in person is a billion times better, but Roll20 was wonderful and it was just nice to be able to play.
Do you think other things are going to have like online platforms for like virtual video, or not video games, but like board games, like Sorry or some of those other things?
Totally. Well, a lot of them probably already do. Like we started playing, remember like Words with Friends, aka Scrabble against your mom on your phone?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that kind of stuff is already sort of a thing. So I think that it'll probably just continue, depending on how long this lasts. I hear people talking about months and months and through the summer, and I have my doubts. We'll see what happens. I'm willing to bet we'll somewhat normalize by the end of April, but that's only if everyone does their part and stays home and washes their hands like a crazy person.
Otherwise, you get more episodes of me out of pure desperation of needing a, I guess, guest.
When you're deciding to leave or not, think about it. Do you want another Movie Jungle episode with Betty? Is this what you want? Is that what you want? Better stay home.
I guess we'll find out towards the end.
Yeah, let's get into some news.
There's been a lot.
I don't have a news segment like theme song yet.
We need you need like a little like news ticker
Like a
sound. That.
Okay.
Because I can't
On
do
the
it.
on the Silver Boys podcast, the Silver Boys Brunch Squad, the other one that I do with Jay.
Shout out.
Check that out if you want to hear just random shenanigans, much less family friendly, but pretty funny still. And Jay's just wonderful. If you want to check that out, go for it. But on that one, we go news.
It's aggressive.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're going to get into a little bit of movie related news. And first up, theater movies being available on streaming services immediately all over the place. The going rate seems to be $20 to rent the movie one time.
I thought it was, are you renting it one time or are you buying
You're
it at
renting
that
it
point?
one time.
Oh.
See, we bought Onward early for $20.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. That was a rare case. Most of the ones that are supposed to be in theaters, you're able to rent them on various streaming services for $20. If you have like a family, that's like a great deal still.
Again, it's not that bad when you think about it being like close to $15 a ticket.
Well, that's what people keep saying. But so for me, as you well know, as I've drug you to tens of movies, give me time, it will be hundreds.
Per year.
I've never gone to 100 in a year. That's a lot. I think I've definitely done more than 50,
Please
60.
don't ever challenge yourself to that because
I've
you will never
definitely
be
had
home.
more than one per week average a couple of years.
You
though.
did like 4 nights in a row.
I did do that recently. It was wonderful. But so for me though, the price of a movie ticket's not just to see the movie. Like I would under no circumstances pay that much to watch. Just like I would not pay $14 out of my own pocket just to watch the new Wonder Woman movie right now at home. I would pay that to go to the theater because it's a whole experience. You get a giant screen, incredible sound, you get a comfortable seat with like a huge dark room, and I have access to my delicious movie theater popcorn. And like it's a whole experience for me that has not gotten less exciting than it was when I was a 6-year-old child. So that's what it is for me. For a lot of people, it's not that though. And this instant streaming availability now thing is pretty great. And I'm wondering if after this is over, if that'll continue.
It might. I guess it depends on how well those do,
Totally.
and that'll determine whether or not that's an option.
Yeah.
Because I would totally do like at least $10 and be like, I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to put pants on. Sure, like done.
Yeah.
Because I don't like popcorn.
Well, but you do like pants, sweatpants nearly always.
Well, yeah, sweatpants, leggings.
Yeah. So.
That's fine. But if I don't have to put on real pants,
Yeah. If you don't have to make
like I've
yourself
been avoiding for the last 2 weeks.
make yourself presentable. I saw a really great meme that said, to anyone quarantining in jeans, what are you trying to prove?
It's valid. Like what is wrong with you?
It was really funny. My friend Tristan from work, she said that she's like, I'm trying to not take leggings for granted. And I was like, that's actually a good answer. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
Like it's to the point where I'm like, do I need to buy more leggings just for my own variety? I mean, I have a whole drawer, but I'm not putting on jeans
Yeah.
because no,
Yeah.
sweatpants or die.
Oh boy. She's throwing out threats now. We've been recording for less than 10 minutes and she's already threatening people. It'll be fine. We're fine. We're fine here. Mm-hmm. The quarantine is going fine.
What day are we on? 8?
8.
It's fine.
It's fun. If you don't count the weekend, did we go anywhere the weekend before this started?
I did. I was bad.
Did I go anywhere?
You didn't do anything.
Well, you don't have to say that. That's not true. I did stuff.
I don't think you
First
went
of all,
anywhere.
look at the amazing room you're in. There's some major changes that have happened in here. That didn't do itself.
I don't think you went anywhere.
No, I didn't go anywhere. So for me, it's sort of day 10.
Yeah.
But
By default.
officially day 8 of the old q-tine.
Mm-hmm.
Can we call it that?
I'm gonna sit on that one.
Remember the 2020 q-tine? Oh, those were some crazy times. The old q-tine from 2020.
Mine here is too far away. Don't get me started.
Oh boy, we're in trouble. Okay,
Yep.
So yeah, if you have a family, $20 for a rental, to me, great deal. For an individual or a couple, now you're asking a lot for me to not have a movie theater experience. But there are maybe a handful of films I would just like suck it up and pay the money to do it on. I don't know. We'll see. But we did buy one of them. We bought Onward because you hadn't seen it yet. And they put out an opportunity to purchase that for $20, which I was going to buy that movie anyway. So I was happy to do that. And we did watch it. And that is kind of the theme of this episode is Pixar. So we're going to do a lot of Pixar talking. Pixarking. No, I'm not going to go there.
Don't.
We're going to do that a lot later. So we'll get to Onward and other Pixar things in a bit. But another news item, a lot of these same movies that were supposed to be, a lot of movies that were supposed to be in theaters have been postponed. Mm-hmm. And one of them that recently announced was Wonder Woman 84 was supposed to come out in June. Now it's August 14th.
Was it June? I thought it was May.
I think it was the first week of June. I think Black Widow's May. I could be wrong, but either way, It's August 14th now, and I am so excited for that movie. It looks incredible.
That one I'm gonna want to see that in the theater. So
Totally, I'm really glad that they only delayed it a couple of months because some of them, like James Bond, got pushed to November. Mm-hmm. I was really excited to see that with my dad. Him and I love Bond movies, and we try to see them together when we can.
For me, it gives me more time to actually watch the other ones I haven't seen. So
Totally,
because apparently there have been a few since, was it Quantum of Solace?
Yep.
Whatever one that was.
That
There's
was
been
the
a couple.
Second Daniel Craig one, and there's been 3 more Daniel Craig ones, I believe.
Shut the front door.
I think this will be the 6th Daniel Craig Bond movie.
Have I been in a hole? It's kind of like the Fast and Furious that you maybe didn't make me sit through, that I was just like, oh, I like these now.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just happened upon.
I don't think I can explain what's going on in your head, and never have been able to. Not gonna try.
Goal accomplished.
Fast and the Furious 9 pushed to next year.
I know.
Come on.
You got me hooked on them, and now I'm like, now I gotta wait longer.
I started rewatching all of them, trying to get ready. Like, just rewatch the newer ones. The first 3 of them, I've seen them so many times, I didn't feel the need. But I've started at, I didn't want to watch 4 again. I don't know why. I don't like that one that much. But I watched 5, I watched 6, I was about to watch 7, and then they were like, 9's coming out next year. We're not going to mess with this quarantine at all. And I was like, okay, that sucks. I was excited for that one. But, oh, there's a car alarm. They probably can't hear it. The microphone's probably not picking it up, but we can hear it.
It's very loud.
It is very loud. Yeah, so those are like the major news items right now. Is all these postponed movies, delays.
Well, everything's being postponed and delayed. And,
totally.
I mean, a lot of my shows are getting canceled. Luckily, they're going to be touring next year too, so I get to see them. But
yeah,
same thing with all.
When you say shows, you mean like Broadway, like plays and stuff.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy times. I'm looking up right now to double check to see if Black Widow got delayed
I haven't
yet.
heard anything
I think
like
they were holding, I think, which I think makes more sense. Like, I don't feel like you win any prizes by being the first one to postpone your movie. Like, I think Black Widow, if things chill out by the end of April and Black Widow holds on to its May release date, then guess what? Everyone is going to go see immediately.
Yeah, but there's still going to be like, people are going to want to get out of their houses, but I'm still going to be apprehensive of like crowds.
Yeah, I
could
see that, but at the same time,
don't touch
like,
me.
Whatever the health officials are saying, like whatever the World Health Organization and these folks are saying at the time, I'll just trust them, I guess.
Because I'm only going to a movie theater if I have Clorox wipes, if they're actually...
Clorox wipes?
Clorox wipes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you said Clorox.
Well, this podcast is going to get real interesting real soon.
Well...
If I have like disinfectant wipes with me, I have Purell, and I'm able to sit like multiple seats away from other people. Like no one's touching me.
Well, see, you say that now, but if we try to go see this thing like May 10th, that you have like, I feel like a lot could change. They could let us out of the house 3 weeks from now, slowly, not back to normal, but like they could slowly roll things out in the middle of April. By the end of April, things are completely normalized. Health officials are like, we've got it under control, blah, blah, blah. Like, this totally might not happen, but it definitely could. So I could see a situation where...
I feel like I'm going to be a little bit more paranoid
yeah.
for a while. It's just going to be like...
I just think it's further away than you think. Like one day feels like 3 days right now. And
Longer.
so it just time is all I think messed up for everybody right now. Everyone's like, yeah, I don't know.
mean, just getting used to the new normal, but
Yeah, it could be great for them to not delay it, or just to like wait, and then in the middle of April things are still a little crazy, then they push it back to June, and then they push
Yeah.
it back again. Like,
yeah, I can see that.
there's so many logistics behind this that I don't know about that are probably reasons, but yeah. Anyways, so movies delayed left and right, crazy time.
Which one are you most?
Dogs and cats living together.
Oh my gosh,
Do
cat
you know
dog.
what movie? Do you know what movie that quote's from?
No, I just think of cat dog.
You think of Cat Dog? It's a good cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that cartoon.
Which
How
one?
does cat dog poop?
I don't know.
It's not worth it.
Please don't put that image in my head.
No. That movie, that quote's from Groundhog's Day. Nope, it's not. It's from Ghostbusters. That was bad, but it's still Bill Murray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which one are you most disappointed that got postponed right now?
Probably Fast and Furious 9, just because it got delayed so long, like a whole year.
Yeah. Why a whole year? Did they really need the spring?
I just think that they just didn't want to mess with this. I think they looked at it and thought, like, we have no idea how long this is going to last at all. Let's just push it out a year, and we'll almost certainly be clear of it by then.
Because it was supposed to be beginning of April, right?
Yeah.
Basically like spring.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That one's disappointing just because of how far out it got pushed.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But, like I mentioned before, we bought Onward.
We did.
And we watched it, and we're going to get into it in a bit. First, we're going to just talk Pixar for a bit, because I was going to talk about, like, apocalypse movies with Mike T. I call him Mike T. That's just what you call him. His name is Mike. His last name starts with a T.
Did you know like several mics? Is that why he?
I don't
got,
even think I did. That's the funny part. I don't think there was. I don't think it was really to save confusion. Maybe originally, but he's been one of my best friends my whole life, and we always just he's Mike T. That's it. I don't know. But anyways, so Mike was going to be on. We were going to talk maybe like Lord of the Rings and post-apocalyptic stuff, but then we had to switch gears here. And something me and Betty have in common is we love Disney and Pixar stuff.
It's true.
It's wonderful.
And you didn't really want to discuss true crime stuff with me, so.
No, not at all.
So save that for another episode, maybe?
If I'm ever gone and unable to record an episode, you are welcome to have whoever you want on and talk about true crime.
Can we do horror movies one time?
I won't be there. Do what you want. Well, I'll do horror with you once.
Okay, but not true crime? How is that different than horror?
Because I'm willing to watch the occasional horror movie. It's a big difference.
Fine. Allie will be on this podcast with me then.
There you go. If I'm ever gone, this is not a joke. If I'm ever gone,
and you have to put out an episode?
I'll give you a rundown on how to use the equipment. It's very simple.
Oh, Lord.
And you can host an episode of Movie Jungle, and you can talk with Allie about true crime.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Allie, get ready.
Anyways, yeah, so we both love Disney. We both love Pixar. And we're going to get into it. I recently was super lucky and had the opportunity, she's already shaking her head because she's jealous, to go to Pixar night at Disneyland.
I'm not bitter, you're bitter.
This year, and it was amazing. It was so cool. There's like Pixar characters running around, bumping microphones, and in their costumes. And one thing that was weird is there's like adults everywhere standing in long ass, like hour-long lines to take a picture with a character in costume. That's completely lost on me. Well, I'll take a picture with a character if they walk by and they have a second, but I'm not standing in a line to take a picture with someone in a costume when I'm at Disneyland.
So,
I want to go ride rides and walk around and just see the park. And
so since we just went in November, and then you went in like a couple weeks ago, like fortunately like a week before all this craziness went down.
I was there like right before
they shut down. Pretty much.
I was there. What was it, like a week before they closed?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. Well, so what do you think is like the main difference between having like a designated night or like the Pixar night versus like what we went through?
The main difference was, so this was all in California Adventure. So we weren't at Disneyland. We were at California Adventure.
Pixar Pier.
So because they've got Pixar Pier and they've got all that stuff over there, the main difference was that at 8 o'clock, so they stayed up way later till midnight or something. But at like 8 o'clock, they kicked everyone out that didn't have a Pixar Night Pass. Like if you did have a Pixar Night Pass, you were let in at 5. And if you didn't, you were kicked out at 8. So between 5 and 8, it was a mixed bag.
Mm-hmm.
But once you hit 8 o'clock, it was only people with Pixar night stuff allowed. And the capacity was not that crazy. And so very few of the rides were like a super long wait, like without fast passes or anything. Like we waited 25 minutes to ride Soarin', which was reverted to the original Soarin' over California for like some anniversary or something. Which that was cool because I got to experience that like 16 years ago when I went. And then you and I went in November, and that was the first time I had gone in 16 years. And then I got to do the world one with you. Yeah. And then it was cool to do the California one again. But yeah, that's the biggest difference though. And then it's almost all adults. Like there were not that many kids at Pixar night.
Would you do a night again? Like if they had like a Star Wars night?
100%. They have a Disney villains night.
What?
Yeah. Perfect for you.
When? Why am I not there right now?
I don't know. You need.
That's right, because it's closed.
Figure it out. Get there. Figure out your life. I think it's April 30th. Anyways, so in the future, you can make sure and go to that.
Yeah, I do want to go to that. I'm gonna try to.
But I would absolutely do another one of those nights. It was super fun.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's usually the thing is the extra money worth it?
Yeah.
Sounds like it was.
Definitely.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't really know if it's even extra money.
I thought it was. I thought that's what Sully said.
I don't think so. Maybe a little bit. Tickets are expensive anyways. But yeah, so we were all there looking at all these cool Pixar things. So that's fresh on my mind. Toy Story. That was the first Pixar movie ever. What do you remember about Toy Story? Actually, first, before we start, give me just like a couple favorites for you. A couple Pixar favorites.
Ooh. Incredibles. The OG one.
Yep.
Really good.
Very good choice.
It's very underrated, but I like the Meet the Robinsons. That's not okay. Is that not Pixar?
No, it's not Pixar.
Oh. Anyway, very underrated movie.
I agree. That movie is decent. It's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I got a big head and little arms.
So good. What's another one? Finding Nemo.
Yep, that's very high on the list for me as well. I love Finding Nemo so much.
Well, we did just recently watch WALL-E, and I kind of like forgot.
You like fall in love with it all over again.
Just breaks my heart every single time. And then I just look at it and I'm like, this is our future, isn't it?
WALL-E's incredible. It's so good.
Oh, Brave. That was the other one.
Brave is good.
I was really happy about.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Nice.
I mean, now Onward's now out of that list because I enjoyed that one and I loved it. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's cool. My favorites have always been Finding Nemo, Incredibles, WALL-E. Those are kind of my top 3 probably. But we're going to go through them one by one, starting with the beginning.
Okay. Let her roll.
Let her rip here. By the way, how long do you think we've been talking? If you had to guess.
9 minutes.
24 minutes.
What?
Yep.
Wow, we fill a lot of air. Okay.
Yeah, we're both talkers. When you got 2 talkers in a room, they talk. That's what they do.
I know.
Okay, so the first one that ever came out was Toy Story. I don't ever remember loving Toy Story. I like it. I still like it. Haven't seen it in a while, but Toy Story, I like the characters more than the movie itself, maybe. Is that weird?
No.
I think that the original animation of Sid went so far to make me feel uncomfortable that has resonated over the decades. And so
it's like creeped out by the kid next door.
Yeah, Sid creeps me out a significant amount. But yeah, Toy Story is pretty cool.
Well, I mean, the humans in that movie alone, I think maybe just because they made the toys look so real, like all of a sudden in the humans in that movie in comparison, it's not quite the, what do you call that? That one thing that train movie had.
Oh, it's not the Uncanny Valley.
Yeah, it's not quite there, but
that one thing, that train movie.
You know what I'm talking
Polar
about.
Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Uncanny Valley City. Although as time goes on and we get better and better at making fake people, Polar Express looks worse and worse, which makes it less and less Uncanny Valley.
Yeah.
But yeah, Toy Story, no Pixar anything's anywhere near Uncanny
No,
Valley.
but I think because the humans
It's
look
never
so
intended
different.
to be.
Yeah.
But
there was so much like detail, and the humans actually looked really good in that movie.
Yeah. I mean, the animation was incredible. It was like a really cool experience when it initially came out. For me, my favorite part of Toy Story is probably like the Pizza Planet stuff.
That's because you love pizza.
Well, I love pizza and I love like space and aliens and little young Brian. When that came out, I was 9.
You were 9 when that came out?
I want to say it was 1995. So
Was
you were pretty young too, ma'am. Ma'am, you were what, 10? Like a year older than me.
Yeah, but for some reason I remember, maybe it's just because maybe when it was out on video, I just remember watching that all the time with Tara and Kelsey, and I wasn't friends with Kelsey until middle school. I don't remember.
I mean, middle school, you're like 11 and 12. No,
Yeah.
like 12, 11,
Yeah, I was
11 to 13 or something like that in middle school.
I just remember watching that all the time at Kelsey's house.
Yeah. Yeah, Toy Story is cool. I love, I don't know, I guess the more I talk about it, I think I like it more than I remember liking it because I love Buzz Lightyear and because I love Tim Allen and I love Tom Hanks. So I love Buzz and Woody and I love the dinosaur, Rex.
Like, I love the two of them, but I think I'm more of a sidekick lover when it comes to these
which
things.
random sidekick do I just love? Yeah. That makes sense. But yeah, Toy Story for me, first one, the chase scene where Buzz is like driving the little RC car or whatever. Yeah, that's good stuff. And then just in general, the Pizza Planet stuff with all the aliens.
Yeah.
Oh.
That claw.
The claw. Yeah, so cool. So next up we have A Bug's Life. How do you like A Bug's Life?
I haven't seen it in a long time, but this one was one that I watched because this came out, I think, when I must have been in high school or older.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I'm like, these ones have like jokes that the kids aren't going to get, but I understand them now. And I was like,
they did actually.
Yeah, it was like they had the jokes for the
adult,
parents.
Yeah. Flick. Yep. We're looking at Pixar's website right now. Just scrolling through the list, and there's Flick. Just looking through his leaf.
I haven't seen that many times. I know I liked it.
I like Heimlich. He was hilarious.
He was
super
perfect.
funny. And the super tough ladybug guy.
I liked
funny.
the little princess, Dot.
Dot, yeah.
Yeah, she was
Dot was
sassy.
great.
I liked her.
Yeah. Bug's Life was super solid. It was really simple. I remember a Bug's Life video game. I played
There's a video game?
Yeah, I don't remember anything about it. I don't remember what system it was on. I just remember playing it a lot and trying to collect those damn seeds.
I wonder if that came out around the same time as like that new
Gotta collect that
PlayStation.
grain. You gotta.
Interesting.
You have to.
I don't have to.
You have to if you're playing the game.
I'm not playing the game.
Okay, well, just remember that. So next up we have Toy Story 2. I don't have a lot to add on the second one, I don't think. I don't remember the story between 1 and 2. I haven't seen these movies in a long time. Toy Story, Bug's Life, and Toy Story 2.
Was this the one with...
I have not seen any of those in the last 5 years.
So the villain in Toy Story was Sid.
God, people are going to be screaming at their speakers.
I know.
We apologize.
Toy Story, the villain was Sid.
Totally. Still is. Villain of my life.
Toy Story 2 was Buzz's alien guy.
Zurg.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just want to be like Zurg.
No, that you made the Zoltan symbol from Dude, Where's My Car?
That's what I was
Zoltan.
That's what I associate with it.
She holds up her hand. She goes, Zurg.
Zurg.
No, that's Zoltan. It's blasphemy.
It's Zurg.
Yeah. So that was 2.
Yeah.
And that was all. Was that the imposter Buzz?
Yes.
Or was that 3 where he spoke Spanish for a minute?
No, that was 3 because of the daycare.
Yep, that's right. But yeah, so 2 is pretty good. I liked Zurg. I think that was cool.
I don't really
They're
remember
more
it.
out in the world than they are in 1. I remember that. They're like running under cones and trying to, I don't know. There's some of that in 1 too. I don't know what I'm talking about. So yeah, more Toy Story comments. Insert the same comments from Toy Story 1 conversation here about the characters.
Only now in Toy Story 2, you add Jessie.
Yeah, Jessie was a good addition, I think. Next up, when this one came out, it was immediately my favorite Pixar movie, and that's Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Boo.
Yeah.
Adorable.
It's top tier. It's right up there with the rest of the best ones. Boo is the cutest thing ever committed to film at the time. Maybe still. I don't know. Baby Yoda might like a word, but especially
don't put those up against one another.
Especially Baby Yoda reaching for something. They might like a word. He or she might like a word. But yeah, Boo, adorable. Sully and Mike Wazowski, just the whole Mike Wazowski thing, like her saying it, like.
Well, that and
the world building in that movie was so cool.
Both Mike and
Sully.
Yeah. I was just gonna call him Kitty. Oh. Words are not my thing.
Thanks again for being on the podcast.
Right. It's all about words and communication and
Yep.
Fine.
That's why I'm even more grateful, genuinely.
Yeah. The characters themselves were just like so lovable and heartwarming and I don't know, they were hilarious.
Yeah, they're so good. Like I said before, the world building in that one, so cool.
I never looked at my closet door the same ever again.
Just like the world the monsters live in, like all the little monstery things that are the same as our world. And Pixar does this all the time, where they like build a different world and they show you things that are like that world's version of it. Onward does a ton of that. But like, Monsters Inc. was so good. It was so funny. Randall was such a good villain. The story was cool. The way it ended was cool. The scene with the sock and like the biohazard and like everyone freaked out and lost their shit and like.
I love it.
They learned that laughter is more valuable than screaming and like the whole thing. It's just super good. Yeah, super good movie.
I do love that. Like, I don't know when it started. It might have been in Toy Story, but
yeah,
when they had all those little like glimpses of other like Disney-esque stuff. Like they had like little
Easter
things.
eggs.
Easter eggs, yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
totally.
I couldn't think of it.
Yep.
And then you start to see like those Easter eggs from Toy Story, like the Pizza Planet, or like there's other things that all of these are like somehow all the same.
I just
like,
realized
universe.
Now that we own Onward already, I can go through if I feel like it and like pause scenes that I know have to have Easter eggs in them and try to find them. Because normally you have to wait a few months.
That's true until the movie comes out.
Theaters. So I might do that soon. We'll see if I feel like
Brian
it.
just gave himself homework.
Next up, so this Monsters Inc. really started a crazy good streak of movies for them. Because they go Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and then The Incredibles.
Yeah, and I was obsessed with The Incredibles
Those three
in college.
back to back to back. That's crazy. So Finding Nemo came out and was immediately my new favorite Pixar movie.
Seems like
it was even better than Monsters Inc. And I was like, oh, this is incredible. I love Finding Nemo. It's so good.
And they just kept like upping their game with like
the characters. What did you think of Finding Nemo?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, Dory.
Dory is one of the funniest characters ever in a Pixar
Ellen
movie.
DeGeneres in every form is just going to be my favorite.
She's wonderful. She can do whatever she wants as far as I'm concerned. If Ellen DeGeneres started like a neo-Nazi party, I'd join up.
I would be like,
is that too far?
That's too far.
I'd
be like, she needs to go see a mental health professional because, or like an actual head doctor.
This feels really wrong, but Ellen's
head doctor. What am I saying?
So, head doctor's not that crazy of a thing to say.
But it'd be one of those. Be like, you have a tumor. Obviously, there's a tumor.
Yeah.
There's something like pushing on your like sense part of your brain.
Yeah. But anyways, Finding Nemo. Do you remember the address?
Wallaby Way, Sydney.
What's the number?
42.
Yeah.
Wallaby Way, Sydney.
What's the name?
Sherman.
What's before Sherman? Come on.
P.
Yeah.
P something.
Nope. Just P. Sherman.
P. Sherman?
Yeah, P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Let's go. Pixar experts in the house.
I had to do it backwards, but it's fine.
You definitely did it backwards, which is super weird. But yeah, Finding Nemo is incredible, and the crush is super great, and all of the stuff that happens in the fish tank is super funny. Do you remember, what do they chant when they're doing like that crazy chant? I can't remember off the top of my head. I just claimed us experts, and now I can't remember this super obvious scene.
What they called him? Shark bait, ooh ha ha! Shark bait, ooh ha!
Shark bait, ooh ha ha! Shark. Yeah.
I had to like take myself back because we watched it so much when I was I think
that was it, right? Is that correct?
And then you had the little like hermit crab going like whoa,
just popping out. Oh
in the
my
background,
god!
and he's like my bubbles, my bubbles, my bubbles.
My bubbles. I forgot about that. Oh my god, I love that movie so much.
So
we might need to watch it tonight.
I think so. So when I was a freshman in college, this one was. We must have had like a DVD of it or something like that. And my suite mate was taking French, and so she was just like having this movie on.
What would
in the
you
background.
say as a synonym for sweet mate? Because I've never heard anyone say that in my life.
So she wasn't my roommate, but we had like 4 rooms, like 4 pods basically hooked up to a bathroom.
Cool.
So it's a suite of 4 rooms. So she lived in the dorm adjacent to me.
Gotcha. So your neighbor.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
But she was learning French, and so she had the French on, and she just had like English subtitles to like, excuse me, to like help with whatever she was doing. And I came in and I was like watching it. And so she switched it.
Yep.
So I can understand. And so when the part where Crush is on, there's like, oh, like, what's up, bro? Like, my name's Crush. It goes, Je m'appelle George. And I was like, what? How does George translate to Crush? And it's like stuck with me all these years
named
later.
him George?
Yeah, but I was like,
Was it at least like Je m'appelle George? Or was it like, or is it just subtitles? It wasn't dubbed.
it was, well, so the part was in, she switched it so that like Crush was speaking English, but then the bottom said.
So just the subtitles were
yeah,
French.
Yeah. And so.
I'm
but
picturing the dub, the French dub. Je m'appelle George. Ja.
But yeah, so that's the one thing I remember about the movie.
Yeah, Finding Nemo is incredible and potentially still my favorite Pixar movie. It's really hard to say. There's like 4 of them contending for the top spot.
And is one of those Nemo too?
No, but that one's wonderful too. One of them is.
I guess it's Finding Dory.
One of them is the next movie on the list, though.
Okay.
The Incredibles.
Should we get there? Because I think we're already there.
Oh, we're there.
It happened?
Yeah, that was a
Okay.
transition.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm not very subtle.
I'm just real good at it.
Oh, nice.
So
I'm a noob.
So The Incredibles. Oh man, that came
I'm
out.
obsessed with this one.
And I watched that one, and I was like, "Is this my new favorite Pixar movie?" You can sense a theme here.
Pretty much.
It's so good. The style. That's the most stylish
the-
movie I've seen to
the
this
visual
day.
style is like it's the 60s mod vibe to it with all like the angular and the color scheme
Yeah.
and like I have no design
And now they have
ability
one of the-
whatsoever, but
now they have one of the best rides at Disneyland too.
I think what did we read it like 4 times?
We rode it 3 times in like a day, and then
I could have kept going.
I rode it on my recent trip. I think I rode it 3 times again.
It makes me want cookies.
It's so yeah. You smell cookies on the ride. It smells so good, and then they sell delicious cookies. We had one, and then, nom, 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 nom. But yeah, so the ride's incredible. If you haven't done the Incredicoaster, it's amazing, and I love it. But the movie, the style, like the turn of the century, like mid-modern aesthetic. Turn of the century is completely the opposite of mid-modern.
I was like, turn of the century.
Nope, forget turn of the century.
You're the one who took art like history.
Literally, I tried to say mid-century. The century word was in there. But mid-century aesthetic was incredible and beautiful and just like clean lines and awesome. And yeah, that movie just looked amazing. And then the characters were so cool and the villain was really good. And
they did such a good job of making it feel like it was a long time ago and this at like right now.
Kinda, yeah.
You
like
know.
it didn't feel, because they show like the beginning where they're like, superheroes used to be able to do whatever they want, and now they can't because Mr. Incredible crashed this train and people sued him, and they're not superheroes anymore. Where are they now? Like that whole bit. Do you like my version?
Yeah, but it was almost like a 30s, 40s,
Totally.
like, radio voice. And then
Yeah.
it was like, we're back doing Mr.
Yep.
I don't know, Mr.
They're
America.
still out there among us, working everyday ordinary jobs. Could be any one of you.
He works in insurance.
So good. Him at the insurance place, like helping people still, like being honest, and like he's so huge. Like if you saw him in real life with those proportions, you'd be so concerned for his health and baffled at his well-being.
I'm sure I've seen him at that person at the gym where it was like always skipped
No,
leg day.
you haven't seen that person at the gym. No one has. It doesn't exist. He would tip over. Those proportions on a human body would tip right over.
Yeah, but there's always that guy
Those
who
little
skipped
ankles would snap in half.
just,
But yeah, oh man, it's so good. Edna Mode.
oh, she is my spirit animal.
Is she your favorite in that movie?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Is she your favorite all-time Pixar character, you think? Or like
Oh, it's hard.
is she in the conversation?
Definitely in the conversation.
Yeah.
Because I love her so much, but Jack is just something else. And he
Yeah.
was shown to be like more amazing, and we'll probably get to it later when we get to the sequel of this, but like Edna Mode, like come on.
Knuckles. So good. I love The Incredibles.
Like I think everyone needs an Edna Mode in their life, just like telling them straight to their face that they're being dumb and be like, no, like
Yeah.
knock it off.
Yeah, for sure. Anyways, so yeah, that's Incredibles. It's amazing. I'm gonna try to speed us up just a teeny bit, just because
we are just in like the.
No, that's not why. It's because I have some specific Pixar questions I want us to answer at the end of this.
All right, fine.
So I want to make sure we have time for that.
Okay.
So next up is Cars. Super good. Really good. I didn't watch that one and go, oh, this is my new favorite movie. But
I like the concept of it.
I really loved it.
And like the little things,
really
like
well
even
done.
like the little like flies or bumblebees were tiny
Yeah.
little cars.
Yeah. And Mater was hilarious.
Yeah.
And just Owen Wilson did a great job. Ka-chow. Did I sound like him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was great. It was super unique concept, and like, don't let yourself think too hard about living cars because you'll hit some walls and you'll wonder how certain things happen.
Yeah.
But it was really good. I like that movie a lot.
I like that one because again, it takes you to another era, like before the freeway.
Yeah.
Like that, taking a road trip, an actual road trip,
Totally.
which you hate, but
Well, I don't hate road trips. I just don't want to ever go on one again.
so would you say loathe entirely?
No, I was forced to go on so many as a kid. I've driven across this country like 7 times. Like I'm done. I've had my fill of road trips. We moved all over the country growing up, and I'm just over it.
And then there's me who's over here like we moved all over the time, and I went camping constantly with my friends' parents, and I'm like, yay, road trip! It means we're having fun.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, to me, even when we moved from like Maryland over here,
Yeah.
it was 7 days in a car with one of my parents, but I got to color the entire time and like play I Spy and write weird messages to my parents.
I definitely honed my artistic skills on road trips. Always sitting in the back. I would always like to sit in the very back of whatever vehicle we were in and just draw logos the whole way. Like I would just look at my baseball cards and look at the team logo. Like literally 5-year-old Brian looking at logos, drawing them and coloring them in.
I'm starting to see where Macy gets all of that.
Yeah. Macy is my niece, and she's wonderful, and she's one of my favorite people alive, and hopefully I can have her on the podcast soon.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. So next up after Cars, we have Ratatouille. Ratatouille is very good.
I think that was very underrated. Like I don't feel like it gets as much love as it should.
No, it really doesn't. So I didn't appreciate it that much right when it came out, and then I think upon a couple repeat viewings, I liked it more and more. It's still like not in my top tier of Pixar movies, but that's irrelevant. It's a very good, very cool movie.
I completely forgot about it, but I went and saw it in the theater.
Yeah.
Me and my roommates, well, poor Lisa, she attempted to make ratatouille for us, but the recipe that she read, instead of like half a tablespoon or whatever it is of pepper, she read it as half a cup of pepper.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you, there is a large difference between a half a teaspoon or half a tablespoon of pepper and half a damn cup of pepper.
No recipe on the face of Earth calls for a half a cup of pepper.
She knows that now.
I know that.
I
don't cook. You know I don't cook. I poured some Pringles onto a paper towel today for a snack and felt like I prepared myself a meal.
I know.
I don't cook very often at all. I did, ironically enough, while I'm saying this, I did cook my dinner. I made myself what I call eggs toast, which is just eggs on toast.
You're ridiculous.
It's just ghetto eggs Benedict. It's just two over easy eggs on a piece of toast, with another piece of toast that's buttered.
Yeah.
But this one I put vegan bacon on this one.
I need to teach you to cook.
No, it's okay. Ratatouille.
Or I just need to get you a tiny little chef that can be like up in your hat.
Yeah,
like
give me a rat that can pull on my hair and teach me to cook
Sounds
that
good.
way, because that makes more sense.
But
and
yeah,
it's
I
easier.
have yet to actually have like ratatouille the way it's supposed to be made because I'm a little terrified that someone else is going to put half a cup of pepper in it.
Yeah.
But
I don't think of ratatouille as a dish ever. Even
Really?
after you telling me that and watching the movie, I will never think of it as anything other than that movie.
it's like, but I forget. It's like squash and
It's not-
zucchini and some other stuff in there.
Sounds great. It's not going to help. It's a movie.
Oh.
They need to come up with a new name for the dish.
Disney, you ruined it. You ruined the food.
Yeah, but Ratatouille is great. And also I saw a cooking expert on YouTube breaking down the cooking scenes in Ratatouille.
Really? Is
And-
that the thing on?
Yeah, it's on GQ. It's on GQ. It's called The Breakdown. And one of the cooking guys broke down the Ratatouille scenes, and they said that like everything was on point.
I have no doubt. They researched the
kitchen
crap out
looked
of everything.
perfect. The chefs were doing the right things that chefs would normally do. Like they said, it was like perfect.
Yeah, they research the crap out of every movie
Yeah.
and make sure it's perfect. Otherwise, they don't put it out there.
Yeah. Anyways, next up, we mentioned it a bit ago, WALL-E. We watched WALL-E recently. When I first saw WALL-E, and when I saw it recently, oh, it's so good.
But it makes me sad
I
because
forgot
I'm like,
how good it was.
I love this movie, but it opens my eyes more. Where I'm like, I need to recycle more.
Totally.
And
I have
how do we avoid this? Because
This
they
is
say
too-
like
too big of a conversation.
2048 or something like that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's not that far off.
I have a weird question about WALL-E. So in WALL-E, there's those like press conferences with the live action human actor. I forget the guy's name, but he's like the president of that time or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the movie is like weird CGI fat people and CGI everything else. And like, so in their world, is he a weird cartoon? Right? He'd have to be.
My brain hurts a little bit thinking about that.
That's what I'm wondering.
And like, it didn't even dawn on me because like I'm just enjoying the film and like, you
Yeah.
know, that's fine.
Yeah. Anyways, WALL-E's incredible. I want a by and large employee shirt. I want just like a t-shirt with a little by and large logo on the pocket, which is ironic because it's like me saying I want a Walmart t-shirt.
Is it though?
Kinda, because that's like that's what they are. They're like this big
By and
giant
large?
evil. Yeah, by and large, they're like this big evil company that owns everything and overproduces everything and like
So it's Amazon?
kind of. Amazon's not as big as is. Have they taken over Walmart? You think?
I think
Obviously, for online sales, no one's even close. But
I think
if
their
you
distribution centers are
include-
taking over where
Maybe.
before Walmart can reach.
Anyways, WALL-E's amazing. It has so much heart and like the communication without words, hardly at all, is genius between WALL-E and
It does make me want to watch My Fair Lady. I think that's the one that's movie that's in there. Somebody fact check this and tell
You're
me.
so random.
Somebody fact
WALL-E
check this.
I know there's clips of it in the
Yeah.
in the thing, but yeah. WALL-E.
Show off.
I like doing that.
I know you like doing anything like that.
It's fun. Yeah, WALL-E's incredible. If you haven't seen it in a while, watch it again. It's so good. Next up is one that I need to watch again, and even though I don't want to because it makes me mad, and everyone says this movie's so good, blah, blah, blah. I am mad at this movie still. I've only seen it once or twice. Up. Boo.
This one was the first one where I was like,
Boo.
oh, a cartoon's going to make me straight up cry.
Yeah, it pissed me off. Right out of the gate, there's this beautiful love story, and then it turns into sadness, and I cry, and I'm just mad the rest of the movie. I was mad at how sad that movie was. For the rest of the movie, I could barely enjoy adorable Doug and Kevin doing wacky things in the jungle. I could barely enjoy the rest of it because I was just so mad at how sad they made me at the beginning of the film.
It was almost like two movies, and I loved
Also,
the fact that it was.
I don't remember the ending being particularly like happy either. He has his like Boy Scout thing, and the grandpa doesn't even come to that.
I think apparently we need to rewatch this one.
We totally do. I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember the ending not being fully satisfying. I remember it being like, oh, cool. And now he's not there for that. And then maybe he's like out in the parking lot or talks to him afterwards or something. Like they drag out the happy moment to the very end or something. But yeah, Up has some great stuff. Kevin's hilarious. Doug is so funny. The concept of the explorer guy, I forget his name, the villain in the movie. The idea of like him being crashed in the jungle, like all that's dope. But the rest of it, I'm out on.
So I love the beginning part of it because, again, they told a beautiful story within, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No words are spoken, yet you understand completely what is going on, like how much they love each other, how much
Pixar's very good at that.
they love the adventure and like all this stuff. But again, not a.
And then they make you cry like a little baby, and then you're mad.
And then, but it's not like a real like Disney Pixar thing unless there is that hero journey where like
they're great at doing heart.
Yeah, the heart, and like you have to start at the bottom and like work your way back up.
Yeah.
So like they need the hero's journey.
But none of the previous films we talked about even touched anywhere close to this level of like sadness.
Oh, just a full gut punch.
The closest I would say would have been maybe Finding Nemo in the very beginning when he loses Nemo. That's really sad. But then you're like, okay, well, that's what the movie is, which I guess is fair because it's similar for Up.
And a little bit would be like Boo saying bye to Kitty.
Yeah, that was really sad too. But nothing comes close. Still to this day, no Pixar movie has come remotely close to the sadness that Up achieved at the beginning.
Yeah, because normally it's like you might have that
gold
moment.
Standard for making people sad and making Brian mad.
Oh, well.
Because he was forced to be so sad.
Yeah. And I did love that movie because you had a whole bunch of like these outside misfits that just found each other. And became like this little like family.
Yeah. Anyways, next up, Toy Story 3. I'm going to be quick on this one because we've talked about Toy Story already. Characters are still just as good as ever. The story on this one was pretty cool. Lotso was a good bad guy.
Big Baby is one of the more terrifying creatures I've ever seen in a movie.
Very terrible. You haven't seen Toy Story 4 yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
That might change.
Because you went with Macy and I was.
I did. That was amazing. That was so much fun seeing that movie with her. So Toy Story 3 was really good though, to be clear.
Yeah. I mean, we waited a long time for it and it was perfect.
Yep. Next up, Cars 2, another movie I'm not going to spend too much time on.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, I've seen every one of these.
What was Cars 2?
Cars 2, they go overseas for some big race.
Apparently I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's pretty good.
My nephew would be very disappointed in
every Pixar movie's good. This one's just not as good as most of them. But it's still pretty cool. Mater's still funny. A lot of the jokes are just like really leaning into like what would Mater laugh at in this scene, and like they're maybe for a younger audience, but so are these entire movies. I don't remember
that at all.
Next up though, Brave.
Oh, you got to do your voice.
Oh God,
you got to do the voice.
If you could change your fate, would you?
Every single time.
Answer me, Betty. If you could change your fate.
Every time that you want to try to do a Scottish accent, you always come back to that line. Every time.
It's a good one. That movie is so cool. It's also one of the most visually appealing Pixar movies
oh my gosh.
exist.
The colors in that and like the...
Yeah.
I think I just was like impressed.
Her hair alone.
All the little individual like curls and all that stuff. I don't know.
That movie's dope.
I love her brothers.
Oh, they're so funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, falling all over each other. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Brave is really, really good. I love it so much.
We need to rewatch that one.
Definitely. I'm down to rewatch Brave. Next up, Monsters University.
Don't get mad at me. I have yet to see this.
Oh, that'll be fun. We should watch it. It's very good. It's cool to see them in college.
Apparently, I should have done my homework before this episode.
It's okay. You've missed, what, 1, 2 so far? Cars 2 and Monsters University?
Yeah.
Well, Monsters University is very good. I don't remember tons of the details about it, but I remember thinking it was pretty cool, and I like those characters a lot. So, yep.
It's nice that they did a prequel instead of a sequel.
Yeah.
Because normally, like, they just continue the story. So.
Yeah. Next up, this one is good in my opinion.
Did I finally make you watch this?
This one's good in my opinion, but I don't think that it's like anywhere near my top 5. But Inside Out.
Why didn't you like it that much?
I think it's okay. I'm just not that into emotions. I don't watch movies for the emotional value that they bring, and like, I don't know. This is a whole movie about emotions. I don't care.
Like, I loved it.
When I go to movies, I just want to laugh and eat my popcorn.
I love that like they took it and like everyone's inside person was they had someone else at the steering wheel. Like
this is another reason. So I like that. It's a novel concept, but Osmosis Jones beat you to the punch, guys. Go watch Osmosis Jones with Chris Rock. then come talk to me about Inside Out. Because to me,
That was all about your body parts, though. That's not about your emotions.
still, it's similar.
It's like,
Like,
what?
it's what's
Osmosis
going
Jones was
on
like
inside you.
like a white blood cell or something.
Yeah.
And all about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This one's about like the feelings of like what drives you and how like little things
It's,
can
again,
switch.
I want to be clear. It's very good. It's just not one of my favorites. The content, I just don't, like, it's about a girl going through emotions. That doesn't intrigue me at all.
It's all about inside though.
I know. I just said that basically.
But how do you
It's
not love
presented in
sadness?
like a really, it's presented in like a really funny way sometimes. But when it's not being funny, I'm bored in that movie.
But well, I honestly think that this movie probably wasn't like geared towards us.
No.
It was beautiful, but I think it's like a way for kids to be like, oh, today I'm feeling more like sadness, and
Totally.
today is joy, and maybe
Yeah.
I shouldn't act like anger all the time.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that one, it just didn't quite resonate with me.
It took you a long time to watch that one too.
Yeah. Another one that took me a long time to watch, not on purpose, but The Good Dinosaur.
That one took me by surprise.
Yeah. I was really excited for The Good Dinosaur because the idea of like that kind of a theme in a Pixar movie got me really excited.
I had no idea what this movie was about before we watched it.
I went in not knowing much either. And I remember 30 minutes in, we almost turned it off.
We're like, what is this?
The beginning we weren't into it at all. And then we stuck with it and it got better and better. And by the end of it, we ended up really liking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took a while to get going.
Yeah. But yeah, so Good Dinosaur was not too bad. It was, the beginning I remember being rough. I don't remember specifically why.
It's a little bit of a dark
Yeah.
period for them.
When I get mad at movies like this, probably something sad happened. I don't know.
There was a sad part.
So for me personally, a little bit of a lull for like after WALL-E, nothing really blew me away for a while.
I loved it.
Brave was good, and that was probably my favorite one until you get to Finding Dory. And then Finding Dory came out, and it felt like, okay, here we go, another Pixar sequel. This should at least be okay. And it was great. It was not okay.
Yeah.
It was very, very, very good.
I'm glad that they took their time with that one.
Yeah. What was the little crazy bird that you love named?
The bird in that one?
In Dory. Remember there was that crazy bird that was like sticking, its hair stuck out all crazy. It looked like your mother. What was that bird's name?
The one that's on the rock next to the seals, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like Beth, right?
It had a name.
Becky.
Becky. Yeah, it was Becky. I've never seen you laugh so hard than how hard you laughed at Becky.
I forgot about her. Oh, heavens.
Yeah. Finding Dory is so good.
I feel like Becky is up there with Hey Hey.
And you want to talk about Hey Hey's great. It's a shame Moana's not a Pixar movie because it would be on this list and we can talk about it, but we're not allowed to talk about it, Betty, so don't talk about it.
Like I said, I like the odd characters that just like stand out and I'm like, I need you.
Yep. Finding Dory, you want to talk about cutest thing ever put on screen?
Oh, Baby Dory.
Baby Dory.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Baby Dory. So freaking cute. Yeah. Anyways, next up, Cars 3. Another Cars movie.
Yeah.
It was very good. It was much better than 2.
Was this one with planes? Did they have one with planes?
No, that went straight to video. That was not.
Okay.
I keep accidentally clicking on stuff. Yeah, that one went straight to video. But yeah, Cars 3 was pretty good. It introduced a new villain. Like it made him seem like he was like. It takes place where he's like aging and like he's doesn't got it anymore, and it's all about the new school and the young guns now.
Oh.
And what was his opponent's name? Can't remember. He had a really cool black and blue race car though.
Can't say I've seen it.
Yeah. It's pretty good. It's not bad at all. The Cars isn't your favorite, it doesn't seem like,
No.
in general.
I like the first one, but the other two I just had no...
Yeah.
It didn't hook me.
Yeah. So here's a movie that had heart and feelings and sadness that I loved, and that was Coco.
Ugh.
Coco's so good.
So, watch this one after my grandfather passed. Don't do that.
Oh, boy.
Don't do that. That
Yeah.
is... I didn't realize what I was going to be in for. And yeah, if you have any relationship with your grandparents, this one hurts.
Yeah.
But it was so the colors and it was like there's the overall story and
beautiful.
like the whole family heritage and like all this kind of thing. Oh, I loved it. And like the music was so good.
Yep. Yeah, Coco was so good. The best thing about it, one of the coolest things about it for me was the alabrejas, like those super colorful animals with all the designs all over them.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Those were so cool.
Yeah.
I love those. Yeah, so Coco was great. Next up, Incredibles 2. Very, very good. I love that it picks up like
right where the other
one left off. I thought that was really cool. Because why not? It's not real actors. You can do that.
Yeah. I just love the whole like Mr. Mom thing.
Yeah.
Where he's like trying to do, was it algebra or something like that?
Oh, that was so good.
It's like, did they change math?
Jack's displaying like every power ever known to mankind. Just going crazy. Oh, it's so good.
And the only way that you can settle him down is with a cookie. And that is a kid after my own heart.
Yep. That was, yeah. Incredibles 2 was great. Toy Story 4.
I didn't see it, and I'm very disappointed in myself.
So good. My favorite Toy Story movie, probably for sure. Yeah, it was just really good though. Like the
Would you say that one
great.
Became your new favorite?
No.
Like which one of these after your, was it WALL-E?
Let's see. So the last one to become my new favorite was WALL-E, and then nothing became my new favorite again until we got to Onward.
Oh, so like Coco, Incredibles 2 weren't your new favorite?
Not my new favorite. Love them, but not my new favorite.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So, but Toy Story 4 is super good.
I feel like I need to watch that before I rewatch like
Forky.
Finding
Oh
Nemo.
my God, you're gonna love Forky. Forky is about to be your new favorite character in all of Pixar.
Can I get a pop of that?
A Forky Pop?
Yeah.
You want a Forky Pop?
Well, I got weird characters on my desk.
Yeah, I know some people. I could probably get you a Forky Pop.
Sounds good.
Yeah. But not until you watch the movie. You gotta watch the movie before you get a Forky Pop. Forky Pop?
Again, we need to watch Toy Story 4 before we revisit any of the other ones.
So before we go, the next one's Onward, but before we touch that, are you excited for Soul?
Yes.
I think it looks okay. It looks like another Inside Out to me. It looks like another super heartfelt baloney. I forget Macy will probably listen to this.
Malarkey?
Yeah.
Go full Biden on us with your malarkey tour?
Malarkey's not a Biden word. Everyone says malarkey.
No, it's one that he's used, and he like put it on the side of his tour bus.
He did?
Yeah.
Malarkey tour?
Yeah.
That's really funny. I didn't know that.
He uses a lot of like strange words.
But Soul looks pretty good, I guess. I just hope that it's not just a bunch of heartwarming stuff. I hope it's like funny and exciting and like entertaining. And
I'm excited for it because it sounds like it's going to be another one kind of like Coco where it has really good music. And
yeah,
like visual
It definitely
stuff.
seems like it's going to really
And
good
I think the art style is going to be different.
Yeah, I do like the look of it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it could surprise me. I am excited to watch it. But
I think it's going to be a lot different than Inside Out.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be, yeah.
So, all right. So now we're going to get into Onward. And we just watched it. Betty saw it for the first time last night. That was my third time seeing it. That's tipping my hat a little bit to what I think of it. When this movie was coming out, I looked forward to Onward
For like
more
year,
than
right?
I've ever looked forward to probably any Pixar movie ever.
I mean, it doesn't hurt
Because,
that it
like,
had
I
Tom
didn't
Holland and
know
Chris
that-
Pratt in it.
I didn't know that Nemo and Incredibles were going to blow my mind, so I wasn't looking forward to them quite as much. WALL-E, I remember looking forward to a lot. But Onward, I was so excited for Onward because it just had stuff that I found personally more interesting. It just seemed more made for me than a lot of these.
Yeah, that's true.
And like Inside Out, again, novel concept. It's about a girl's emotions. That's not really what I'm excited to go watch. Whereas Onward is about two brothers going on a quest together. And then it's got like, I sit down in the theater to watch it for the first time and I learned that it's just like a Dungeons and Dragons Pixar movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit, this is incredible.
Yeah. They had me from like the first like, I don't know, say 20 seconds of the trailer where I was
Yeah.
like, oh, there's magic in the world and this is if the magic really existed. I'm like, done.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie Bright on Netflix with Will Smith?
Mm-mm.
It's Onward, but live action. And
Is
like,
it a TV show or a movie?
No,
It's one
movie.
where he's a cop, right?
yeah, he's a cop and his partner's like half orc, and like there's fairies and stuff. It's like Onward, but like live action.
Is it good?
It's okay.
Okay.
It's not great. It won't get a sequel,
Oh.
but
Well.
yeah, it's interesting. I think it's worth a watch. Yeah, so Onward, I was so excited for it, and then I finally saw it. I saw it in a very cool, weird circumstances. So, as previously mentioned, I went to Pixar Night, and I went with Sully,
Oh, that's right. You saw it down there.
and we had a day to kill before we jumped on a flight. So we did what anyone would do. We went to your local Korean mall, we walked around, we checked out the local Korean golf shop, which was actually cool for me. I'm a big golfer. I love golf. And I got to see all these weird Korean golf branded things in the store. So we popped in there for a second. And then we went and we checked out Onward at a Korean movie theater that was delightful.
How was the popcorn?
It was okay.
No.
I'd say good. It was good. It was not overly salty, which was my favorite thing about it. Because I'm not a big super salty popcorn guy. I'm more about the butter. And now my mouth's like watering and I need popcorn after we're done recording here. But yeah, it was. So I sat. Oh, also it was 4DX. It was the first time I ever saw a 4DX movie, which
What
is
is 4DX?
It's the seats that like move all over the place, and there's like fans in the theater that blow wind at you, and there's smoke machines, and there's
What?
air jets under your feet, and like, so it's like this whole it's this whole crazy experience. Yeah.
So it's kind of like the way that like you would see it in one of those like movie things in like Disneyland or
Totally.
whatever else, right?
Yeah. So they have them all over. Every big town has a theater that has like one of those screens.
Do we have one?
Yeah, Seattle at the Regal downtown Seattle, there's a 4DX screen down there. It's pretty crazy. If you pick the right movie, it could be really fun to go check that out. The tickets are
Interesting.
way more expensive. They're
Well,
like
naturally.
almost $30 or something.
Yeah, naturally.
But anyways, so we went to this Korean theater and checked it out, and it was dope. It was weird because it was like a pretty big movie release, but we were the only people in the theater except for a guy and his daughter, and then a family of 4, and then that's it for the whole theater.
Well, you also went during a weird time.
We did, but it was amazing. I loved it, and also just so you don't worry, we're gonna talk non-spoilers for a bit, and I'll clearly call out spoilers before we switch to the spoiler section, because we are gonna eventually talk Onward spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we have to.
we have to. But yeah, non-spoilers wise, so good. Like I said, it was like Dungeons and Dragons meets Pixar. It's like someone just made a movie for me.
Well, again,
Not to mention that the brother dynamic, some of it was very eerily hitting, like similar. It was
Really?
hitting home for me big time, because my brother is not that much like Ian Lightfoot, because like my brother's not like an introvert.
no.
But he is, by all accounts, more normal than me.
Normal, quote unquote.
And like between the two of us, like I'm 1,000 times more geeky and nerdy than he is.
Yes, by comparison.
And he's always kind of just had his stuff together. He's had his life together a little bit better than me at times. And I'm the one that's like worked a billion jobs and like just trying to get by for a long time. And like, so I identified a lot with Barley in this movie, big time. And also I'm like my little brother's biggest cheerleader. I'm always encouraging him and trying to help him. And like, it wasn't like that when we were little kids. When we were like little, I was like, quit following me around, you leech. But once we got older, I was like his biggest cheerleader and always trying to.
It's weird to see it because like I remember when we went and saw Frozen 2, like I had all the sister feels because I've got the little sister and like all that kind of stuff, and so to have like the reverse for you,
this one
to finally have like a brothers movie.
This one gave me brother feels for sure, and it was so good. It was so good. What do you think?
I was just like taken aback by like how seamless they made it. It was like, this is the new normal, like, so, and I just loved how pretty it was.
The world building.
Yeah, the world building was just like, well, this is the way it is.
Yeah, which, to be clear, my favorite thing in any movie ever is world building.
And if you do it right, like I'm just gonna accept everything from then on.
All my favorite movies, with the exception of Beverly Hills Cop, which is my single favorite movie, every other one is some crazy sci-fi fantasy blockbuster that has incredible world building going on, like Avatar. And this movie just nailed it. Like, they explain very in a cool way, like why the magic's gone these days, and they show you like how things turn into what look like a normal society, like what we live in, and like, oh, it's so cool.
And it was like mirrored. It was like
Yeah,
just us as elves.
yeah. I will say that like when I saw the first trailer, I was super pumped, and then when I saw the second trailer where I saw they show like the half dad, I was like, oh, that looks kind of weird, but I'm already in. And so I didn't think it looked as cool, but it ends up being great, I think.
And again, like you have Chris Pratt, who I'm pretty much going to see everything that you're going to do because you are amazing.
Super watchable.
And, coming off of...
Listenable, I guess.
Yeah, and then you're coming off of like all the Marvel stuff.
Yeah, whether with or without that, he's just wonderful.
And then you have Tom Holland, who... Because of all his interviews,
treasure of a human being he is.
Yeah, like all the getting to know him through like Marvel and Spider-Man and all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, you are one of my favorite humans. Like, please never leave this planet. Like, you are amazing. And
okay, so if Tom Holland and Ellen DeGeneres started a neo-Nazi party, would you join?
Again, I'd be like, what is going on and why am I wrong?
So you're not in yet.
No,
you're not in yet. It'll take more than those two.
I mean,
I thought that would be compelling. You love Tom Holland.
I do. But you've seen me when it comes to trends. I am on the later half of everything.
Yeah.
I was late to the party on leggings. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, everyone else was wearing leggings in high school. I was like, y'all are wearing tights. This is ridiculous. This is stupid.
That's true.
So I would be the last one to join.
I only recently finally pushed back on some of your tall boots for you.
Yeah.
Like your tall leather boots. I was like, babe, I don't know if those are the thing anymore. But it wasn't just me. If it was just me, you'd be like, shut up and put them on. But
they also broke.
That helps.
So you don't have to worry about it anymore. Like my Santa boots are like, no, they just don't work.
Yeah. But yeah, Onward is so great. Do you want to say anything else non-spoilery before we get into the spoilers? Because I want to talk about spoilers really bad.
No.
Okay.
I'm afraid if I do, then you're gonna get mad at me because I'm gonna like end up spoiling something. I don't want to.
Better play it safe.
Yeah.
I will say also before we get into the spoilers that there's mention of a gelatinous cube, and
I think they mentioned that in the trailer, don't they?
They don't. So I guess that's a tiny spoiler, but not really. And just hearing those words on a screen in a movie theater was very exciting.
And I know next to nothing about gelatinous cubes, but only because of you.
Funko, we came out with a gelatinous cube this year for Emerald City Comic Con.
That's where it was in my brain from.
And I was planning on buying one for everyone in my Dungeons and Dragons group, but I didn't even get one because all the crazy stuff happened and we did a virtual con instead, and I still have not even gotten my own hands on a single gelatinous cube. So I'm hoping maybe when things normalize, maybe I'll have access to them still somehow. But
and that was like a huge tribute to like all of the D&D fans out there. Do you think people
this
that like...
movie is very clearly made in... Like they know it's very obvious.
Do you think that they included like a D&D type adventure thing because of how well Stranger Things did and like that resurgence of stuff?
No.
Or it's just how popular it is?
Pixar operates almost in a vacuum, and they work on projects so far ahead of time that no, I don't think that has anything to do with it.
I just feel like there was a resurgence with stuff.
So I think they try to pick themes they haven't touched yet.
Oh, well,
that's what I think they do. But anyways, we're going to spoil Onward now. So if you're still listening and you don't want Onward spoilers to spoil the movie with spoilers, I'm going to say spoilers a lot.
Spoiler alert!
This is going to be that part now.
So if you don't want to hear about how the movie is, or if you haven't seen it...
I'll put a time code in for you in the description, so you can skip the spoilers if you would like. Now, time to spoil Onward. The gelatinous cube totally shows up, and they have to run from it. And I was like, oh my God, when it shows up, it's such a cool moment. It's like, there it is.
And that's how you know this movie was like made for you, because I was like, what's a gelatinous cube? Why does it matter? It looks like a giant thing of Jell-O.
Oh, so good.
And I'm like, oh wait, that Jell-O is eating everything and turning it to ash.
It disintegrates everything it touches.
Yeah.
He tells you that earlier in the film.
I know, but it looks...
Betty.
It looks like a giant thing of lime Jell-O.
Betty. He told you.
Back away from the mic, sir.
You should try it. It's kind of fun.
I'm good.
You sure?
My head's pounding.
So that was good. I paused right when you itched your neck.
Oh, sorry.
And then it was like a nice scratchy sound. But what other spoilers do we want to talk about? I got really sad when he launched his van into the rock. That made me really sad.
Why?
Because why?
Well, you owned a van too.
No, you're right. I did. And it was a piece of junk. But
This is a story of your life.
I told you this movie was made for me. But like he like sends it off. It's like his labor of love. He tells you in the beginning like how first thing he's gonna do is show his dad his van. Mm-hmm. Like his dad, who he hasn't seen in
Since he was like 4 or
16
something?
years or more. Like the first thing he wants to do is show him his labor of love, his van, Guinevere. And he's so excited. He's so proud of it. He's so optimistic about how it's apparently not a piece of junk anymore. And he's like, Dad, you should have seen when I got this thing. It was a real piece of junk. And like,
It's like falling apart.
Technically still a piece of junk, but he loves it so much. And when he sent it off and like the look on his face, and it was just like, oh no, it made me really sad.
Well, it's also like then his brother sees like what he's willing to sacrifice for him
Totally.
to like get to that other part of the adventure.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was really sad. But what else? The Manticore lady, when she loses her shit and turns back or loses her cool.
You're terrible.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep Silver Voice is in no way family friendly at all.
No.
I'm trying to keep this one family friendly.
Well,
One word occasionally won't ruin anyone's life, but I'll try to do
I
better.
think you've said like 4 in this one podcast.
No. We'll see.
We'll see in editing.
We'll see. But yeah, when Manticore freaks out and becomes Manticore again, so cool. And they go get the sword from that pawn shop lady.
Yeah.
So
I love
good.
this movie because it just shows that like magic still exists. Like just if you're
Yeah.
ready and like willing to
If you're
accept the
willing.
wonders that are actually around you,
Yeah,
it can take you to new places.
totally. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I love this movie so much, and then the way it ends is just incredible.
What was your favorite part?
Oh boy. My favorite part. I really love the final battle against that dragon. That was really cool. I love that the dragon took on the face of the mascot on the school wall.
Yeah, that
was-
one was very surprising. I loved it.
That was a nice little touch. That was really cool. The gelatinous cube escape, very high on the list for me. It's really hard to pinpoint a single spot on this one for me. I just love the whole journey. Like, I love that they're on a quest. I think maybe the moment he decides to trust his older brother, like he decides to trust Barley and be like, all right, we'll do it your weird way. Fine. And then like, I think
Then
that's,
it pays off.
yeah, I like that. But yeah, it was just incredible. It was really good.
Yeah.
So, any other Onward thoughts for us?
Where do you see them taking a sequel if they were to take it?
So that was great. You segued into my next question for me.
Weird. It's almost like I live with you.
So that's a great question. I would love to see a sequel or maybe like a new. So, still in spoiler section, by the way. If you decided to skip to this point and you're listening to this exact moment, luckily,
Keep skipping.
keep skipping. But so now magic's like back in the world. And I'd like to see that expanded on, and I want to see a villain crop up that uses it for evil. And so now it's like proper magic battles in the modern world, and like seeing how magic mixes with the modern world, because we really still didn't get much of that. Like,
No, because you
there's
just
a
see
little bit of it.
You see him becoming a mage and like really like
Right.
harnessing the power, but like
We see
are
magical...
there more sticks that he has like
Yeah.
around that someone else can become a mage? Is he going to teach somebody else how to do the wizard thing?
Yeah, there's still like magical creatures and like crazy things running around from the olden days, but there's not like magic interacting with modern technology and stuff.
Do you think there'll be another quest?
I think they absolutely should do another quest, because it's a Dungeons and Dragons movie and it's all about going on quests. Like down to the scene where he's like, where every quest begins, the Manticore's Tavern. Like every quest begins in a tavern. Everybody knows that.
Okay, I don't know that.
Now you know that.
Because I don't play Dungeons and Dragons.
I know nobody's perfect. But the yeah, so I would like to see like a villain crop up that's using this magic and mixing it with modern tech for evil, and see like Ian's become like a really dope wizard, and like he's working with his brother.
Because there really isn't a villain in this. I mean, there's the dragon, the battle at the end, but like there isn't a villain other than maybe Ian's own self-doubt.
Yeah, that's true.
Did I just get very introspective with this?
No, I think that's a good point. But yeah, so that'd be fun. I think that'd be fun to see. Which you segued into my question, which was I want to know what other Pixar movies, what would be, if you could pick one movie to give a sequel to, what would it be? You want another Finding Nemo or a third Incredibles? Or do you want like a second Brave movie, a second Wall-E movie?
You know?
What would be, you think, your first choice of Pixar sequel?
I think when you first asked that, my immediate thought was to Brave. Like, I want to see more of like what shenanigans Merida was going to get up to, and like how she was actually going to rule a kingdom. And
I think I'm with you 100%.
You know, that was the only one where like you kind of, there's so much left.
It really leaves me wanting more of that world.
Because I want to see like more of the world. I want to
see the Scottish, all the amazing Scottish history and like visuals and stuff come into play.
Like all the little intricate details of that movie, just like.
I know, the textures on things. Oh my God.
It warmed my heart so much.
But yeah, I think Brave is my choice too. I think that's an amazing decision.
Because especially because they left it where she was like, she could be she was supposed to be the queen, but like, what does it look like with her leading a country with no like king or whatever.
I think a runner-up for me could be Incredibles. I think Incredibles 3 intrigues me a lot because just those first two delivered so well, and that I love that world, and I love how stylish it is, and I love what it looks like, and it's just so good.
I mean, we're gonna have to wait another 20 years for it, but
yeah, for real. Coco would be pretty good probably if they.
I don't know where they'd take it though.
That's a good point. They would just be playing music with his family now. I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, I don't know where they take it unless it was like they went back to the like underworld, not underworld, but like the
yeah. So I would say Coco's a terrible idea for a sequel. Wall-E, they could get back to it. Could be them rebuilding the planet, kind of.
Yeah,
that could be good. That could be really interesting.
Yeah, I could see that being potential.
And I could have really good messages as far as like responsible recycling and like how to fix.
I don't know the
mistakes we've made.
They ended that one like on such a positive note anyway.
Well, yeah, they could end this one on a positive note too, but like it'd be cool to see them rebuild the world. I mean, they do it, but like not all the way. Like they still live by piles of garbage by the time that movie ends.
Yeah, that's true.
So that'd be really cool, I think. But I think Brave's the answer still, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's the only one that has wings.
Yeah, one more Pixar question for you.
Yeah.
What theme have they not yet explored that we would like to see them explore?
Ooh.
They've done superheroes. They've done human car hybrids, which I know you were about to say, but they've already done it, Betty.
So they've done, they've done
They've done Sweet Old Man and a Child in the Jungle. Don't ask for it. They've already done it. They've done the ocean. They've done cooking.
Because they like to take it where
they've
it's like...
They've done toys that came to life. They did monsters. They did bugs.
They just like to change the perspective of like, okay, what would it be like, so...
Yeah. So what's like a theme that you would like to see them tackle next that we have not seen them tackle?
This is a hard question. Oh,
They've done dinosaurs already. That would be like an easy go-to answer for me normally, but it might be too similar to Onward. But I wonder if they could do some sort of like Indiana Jones style character.
Yeah, that might be kind of Onward-y, but
if it wasn't too on the nose, maybe. If it was different enough, probably not. Which, by the way, unrelated to all of this, I think I'd be down for a Carmen Sandiego live action film where she's like globetrotting, trying to.
They had that show for a hot minute.
Live action?
Yeah.
No.
Were they talking about it? Maybe.
Is that real?
I don't know. We need a fact checker, especially with me.
Yeah.
I'm just making up.
You can hear the rain in the mic.
Oh, you can.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's raining really hard right now. Yeah. So what do we want? There's got to be. The answer's got to be. We're sitting in a room full of movies right now.
So there was always this, I have no idea what this movie is called, but it's this thing that stuck with me as a kid of the world underneath your bed. So it's kind of like when you're like go into...
That's like Monsters, Inc. kind of already.
Yeah, but it's like a different thing where I don't know what would be in there, but it's
totally.
like you open up the child's imagination where it's like you have your closet door, but like I was always afraid of like what the hell was going to be under there, like monsters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not so much the closet. I was afraid of underneath my bed. So
that could be interesting.
And there was a movie that stuck with me that had Fred Savage from back in the day. He got like pulled underneath by like this crazy blue creature with horns.
Oh, you're thinking of the movie with Howie Mandel in it.
That's Howie Mandel?
Yeah.
Really?
That's Howie Mandel. It's called Little Monsters or something like that.
Maybe, but that one's always stuck with me that like I loved the whole world that they built underneath his bed.
That'd be good. That could be definitely interesting. It does still feel pretty
Monsters Inc.
I think, yeah, it's called Little Monsters.
Oh, well.
And I'm going to bring up a picture for you so you can look at it and be like, oh my God, it is Howie Mandel. Okay, it doesn't look that much like him. But that's Howie Mandel.
And the blue thing?
Yeah.
The germaphobe who doesn't like anything being like on his face. That's him.
Yep, he's the one covered in things on his face.
Maybe, do you think that movie caused him?
It probably caused his germophobia for sure. And also, is he having the world's biggest "I told you so" moment of all time right now?
No, he's probably the one who's been most prepared. Who he's like, I don't touch any of you people, regardless. Like I say 6 feet away from all of you.
So the answer to my question would be yes.
I guess told you so, but I'm saying he's just been well practiced. He's already got the suit.
So I think I figured out the answer to our question. Ancient Roman or Greek times.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
I mean, there's Hercules, like that thing, but I'd be
So let's stick to Rome then. We'll steer clear of Greece.
Yeah, like give me a legion.
Ancient Roman Pixar film. Mm-hmm. That would be great.
I'm all in. I mean, you know me when it comes to that stuff. So.
Should it be about like the ancient Roman gods and stuff like Hercules was, or should it just be, I think it should just be something that happens to take place during those times.
Yeah. I mean, if you had like a legion or like something like that, that could be cool. And you have like some kid trying to prove himself to
herself. You could have like a little girl. Like a little girl grows up and like wants to be a warrior.
Very sounding a little bit like Mulan.
Yep. Just kidding. But yeah, I think that something that takes place in ancient Roman times.
I mean, they have all those things where like they have to go find the eagle standard and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. That'd be interesting.
I mean, or you could just take Roman mythology and make that a...
Or it could be about like the art or the sculpting from that age, like because that had a huge impact on the world. Mm-hmm. Like you could do something with like someone that wants to be an incredible sculptor, or I don't know.
You know, like where you have like Wreck-It Ralph, where you go into the video game, you go into the paintings.
You go into the paintings. That could be really interesting.
Like you just have like this at the Louvre or something like that. You just keep hopping around. There's like a world behind the paintings.
They got plenty of talent. They'll figure it out. We don't need to figure it out for them.
No, and they're probably like, guys, you're dumb. Like we're so far over here, and you're like way over here.
No, we're gonna do it the Pixar.
I mean,
way.
like they drew up some of this stuff like in a coffee shop, and are like, well, let's just do this and blah blah, and then they just expanded it.
Could you make a Pixar Gladiator movie? I bet you could. You can make a Pixar movie about gladiators. Just make it like fun and playful, and they're not like actually cutting heads off and stuff. They're
but
just
the whole thing with the gladiators is that you fight to the death.
Well, not in a Pixar version.
Then don't do it.
I think it would work. Like Onward is like Dungeons and Dragons, but in Dungeons and Dragons, it's not kid friendly at all. But they did it.
Yeah.
And like a lot of this stuff.
Well, it was Dungeons and Dragons like adjacent, where it's like.
Or like superhero movies, depending on the superhero movie, they either will kill the bad guy or capture the bad guy. Obviously, Incredibles is not going to kill any bad guys. And Coco literally hung out with dead people the whole movie.
So you're saying you should just do like a zombie apocalypse?
I think it's totally doable. They could do a zombie Pixar movie.
That'd be weird. Could
be great. Never know. It's like, Pixar. They're very good.
All that comes to mind when I think of the zombie movie is that like, my boyfriend's back and you're gonna be in trouble. Hey-ya, hey-ya.
That's what comes to mind.
Yeah, there's a movie about like a zombie that comes back to life and they play that song in it. I think it's called My Boyfriend's Back or something like that.
There you go. Cool.
See, these are the references, and this is why
Yep.
when
This
I try
is
to
why
tell
I
you
had
things.
you on the podcast.
I don't think that was the only reason.
Oh, it doesn't matter if it's the only one. Also, you're here.
It's true.
That was one of them.
I didn't have anything else going on tonight.
You didn't have to tell people that. Now they know.
Yeah.
It's fine. You would have been watching some crap television show.
My shows are not crap.
Some of them are crap.
They're not crap.
They're not for me.
They're not for you. Hey, I don't watch some of the actual crap that's out there. I don't watch The Bachelor. I don't watch, what is it, Love is Blind.
But you keep the Hallmark network and
is only over the holidays.
the Hallmark
Do
and
not.
Lifetime movies.
That is only over the holidays.
You're keeping their lights on.
Okay, that is not just me. That is
Your sister.
my sister and my
Okay.
aunt.
Great. So do you.
Hey,
Same blood.
it is.
It's cool. My mom's helping you.
But again, only over the holidays.
Only over the holidays.
Have you seen me watch a Hallmark movie since?
I don't know. It all looks like Hallmark to me. That one, you watched that one with the guy with the wig on?
Okay, that is Chicago Med. That is not a Hallmark show.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, Chicago Megs, it's on like NBC or something. Mm-hmm. They should be able to afford a better wig.
It is not a wig. That's his actual hair.
That's all the time we have for today's episode.
Shut up.
It looks like a wig. Check it out.
It's not a wig.
I bet if you Google Chicago Med wig, it'll come up with a picture of him.
It is not a wig.
We'll try it after this.
It is not a wig.
Anyways, yeah. So thank you for listening. This episode is over now. I'm going to try to convince you to reach out to us in some fashion at this point. So please listen carefully. You can email the podcast. You can reach out on social media. The Movie Jungle. Instagram, Twitter, The Movie Jungle is how you find us.
You got TikTok?
I don't have TikTok, ma'am, and I don't know how you got in here. Also,
I don't know how to operate TikTok. I'm too old.
leave me a review, and I will start reading reviews on the podcast. I would love to read people's reviews. I'm going to check and see if there's any reviews right now. Let's take a look here. What do you think? Betty, do you want to leave me a review while I look for a review?
Sure. I will go with 5 stars for the podcast setup. It is very homey in here, and I'm sitting in a very comfortable chair.
Excellent.
The equipment is great. I'm going to give probably a 2-star on the headphones I'm wearing because my head doesn't fit in them.
Ouch.
But other
2
than that,
stars?
just on the headphones,
Oh, boy.
the overall experience has been 5.
All right. Well, you know what? I have a review from a real person.
I am real.
Just kidding. I do have a review to read
What?
for everybody.
You do?
Yeah. So
That's exciting.
we have 5 reviews so far. I have earned a rating of 4.5 out of 5 stars, which is admittedly a little disappointing. Somebody gave me 4 stars out there, and I'm wondering if it was someone that wore those headphones or not. We'll see.
Was it someone in your family?
I don't know. They don't. Some people just like leave 5 stars but don't write anything.
Oh,
But
lame.
the Stephil wrote a review for us. Stephil says, I assume I'm gonna go with Steph. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say her name is Steph.
It could be Stefan.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I'm aware of her on social media,
Cool.
so I think it's Steph.
Cool.
Anyways, she says, educating and amusing. Brian is hilarious. This movie is full. Or nope, I messed it up. He's good at talking and reading things. This podcast is full of movie trivia, bird facts, ranking of birds, movie chat, and hilarious guests and hosts. It's a must listen for all pop culture fans. Bonus points if you are a bird enthusiast.
So I feel like what Steph wants us to do is
Right.
have Bird Boy watch the movie Birds.
That movie sucks. We talked about it in the bird ranking episode.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. But Steph, you'll be happy to know that I did just recently order the Enchanted Tiki Room bird pops. So there's your fun bird boy bird fact for the day.
and I was very tempted to get you the Tiki Room Disney ears when we were in Florida, or not Florida, and when we were in California,
Yeah.
if they weren't $65.
A little much.
I probably would have done it.
A little much.
And it didn't have the level of birds on there that I wanted.
I actually really want the Tiki Room bird Disney jersey, like the green,
Oh, yeah.
those jerseys they do. I want
But
that
like, I
green
don't
bird
see
one.
you like wearing the Tiki ears that often.
No, I would probably wouldn't
They
wear
didn't have the
ears.
level of birds that
No.
either I wanted or
That's
you wanted.
ironic too. Birds don't have ears. Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.